Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the session. In the last session, which topic we have seen services, right? Okay, in today's session, I'm going to teach you like auto scaling of pods. How will the pods will be auto scaled? Okay, let me upload the notes for previous session first of all. Like metric server. So that services and metric server we are going to use it now. I mean, like service is not mandatory, but metric server is mandatory for today's session. Like So you can use Minikube or even you can use a KOps cluster for today's session. So I'll be going with Minikube. Why? Because KOps will take a lot of time. So I'm going for Minikube. But again, you can take any of the server for today's session. The reason why I'm not KOps every time means every time if I use KOps, I need to pay a lot of bill. Why? Because I'm like maintaining multiple servers. Along with infra cost is going to be very, very high. That is the reason I'm not recommending KOps for every time. So what I'll be doing now is I'll be going and I'll be creating a server here of Minikube and I'll explain the concept for you. Okay. Like that is Docker Kubernetes Terraform workshop. You can attend that. It's completely for free of cost. I think Sunday, right? It is or tomorrow, 8th and 9th. That means tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. Try to attend. Like you'll get some like some points there. Oh wait, I'm to take Ubuntu, but Again, internet issue. I don't know why. For only for your batch. This is special offer, I think so. Huh? Previously, I used the same internet for previous session. Like it was working very fine, but only for your batch, it's not. Yeah, yeah. Tomorrow? We have the class tomorrow. You can have mock and you can have, sorry. You will be having the mocks as well as you'll be having the class also. Okay. Mm. Mini cube. Let me run the script here. Yeah, tomorrow we have class, Sagar. So guys, coming back to the concept here, in today's session, I'm going to teach you about what is scaling. I think all of you know what is scaling. What is the meaning of scaling? Scaling means increasing the number of pods. Why we need to increase means whenever you have a server, for example, let's take we have the mini cube here, or like if not mini cube, any cluster. Here I have the cluster. Inside this cluster, I have a pod now. What I have? So for this pod, we have the CPU and we have the memory. For example, there is a user who is trying to access this pod. Okay. There are multiple requests coming to the pod. This pod can serve maximum 100 requests, for example. How many requests? But unfortunately, if I have 1000 requests, what will have? This pod is going to be crashed. What is going to happen now? The pod is going to be, it is a common issue. When the pod will be crashing, automatically we cannot able to serve the application. For that purpose, whenever if your current pod CPU is exceeding more than 50 percentage, for example, if your current pod CPU is exceeding more than 50 percentage, in that case, automatically the new request will be going to the new pod. The new request will need to go to which pod? New pod. Okay. Again, if first pod, second pod, CPU consumption more than 50 percentage, again the new request need to go to the again new other pod. So like this, whenever the CPU is increasing more than the expected percentage, automatically we need to create the new pods and we need to route the traffic to the new pods. What is the most common scenario we can see? This means in cricket matches. For example, let's see. If Rohit Sharma is batting on 199, automatically till now I'm having 1 lakh request. But when he is batting on 190s, what will happen? Automatically the request will come from 1 lakh to 10 lakhs within minutes only. Within, or if, for example, one more scenario, if RCB is 1 run away to win their first title, only 1 run away, we have 10 hours left. What will happen now? Everybody is gonna stick to TVs, correct or not, sir? At that time, till now I'm getting only one request. But when the RCB required only 1 run, what will happen? Again, automatically the request will raise. The request will coming in the fraction of seconds. How many seconds? So in the fraction of second, we cannot create the new pod and we cannot route the traffic. So every time we cannot scale the pods manually. For that purpose, we need to put the auto scaling here. What we need to put here? So when it comes to the auto scaling, basically we are going to have two different categories here. One is horizontal pod auto scaling. Second one is going to be vertical. Simply we can call as HPA and VPA. What do we call them as? HPA is nothing but horizontal pod auto scaling. VPA stand for vertical pod auto scaling. Okay, sir. You said it. What is HPA and what is VPA? But what is the difference between them? Difference is very clear. If you can go and see it. Horizontal means you are going to create the new pods. How you are going to create here? New pods. Vertical means already existing pods. You are going to serve the traffic for them. Is the logic clear for all of you now? Horizontal means instantly you are going to create the new pods which will serve the traffic for the user. Vertical means you are already having some backup pods. Whenever you require, you are going to serve the traffic to the backup pods. But among them, which one we are going to use in real time means undoubtedly we will go for horizontal pod auto scaling. Which one? Horizontal. Spelling is wrong here. Horizontal pod auto scaling. Okay, you can ask me, sir, how spontaneously new pod are going to create with the help of replicas? Replicas can create the same pods or not, sir? Okay, this horizontal pod auto scaling using replicas to create the same pods to serve the same application. Fine. In Kubernetes, HPA automatically update the workload to the resource for such deployment in replica set. See, individual pod cannot be scaled. If you want to scale, either you need to use replica set or either you need to use deployment. Okay. In Kubernetes, horizontal pod autoscaler automatically update the work resource. That means deployment and replica set. With the aim of automatic scaling the workload to match demand. For example, see, if pod 1 is having 50% of the load and pod 2 is having the 50%, average will be 50. But for example, if pod 1 is having 60% and pod 2 is still 50, what is the average now? I kept the average value of pod is 50, but it is more than 50 or not, sir? When it is more than 50, automatically new pod will create. I'll put one value that can be 50, 60, 70. That is my choice. I'll put 50. If I have two pods, pod 1 value is 50. See here, pod 1 value is 50 and pod 2 value is 50. I don't want to create a new pod. Why? Because both average will be 50 only. But unfortunately, now this pod 1 value is becoming from 50 to 60. How much it is going to? 60%. I'll take. Okay, let me increase the font size. So now the pod 1 value is going for 60%. Okay, and pod 2 is still 50 only. Now in this case, what is the average value? 55. That means it is more than 50 or not, sir? Now automatically I'm gonna create the new pod instantly with some new application. This is how exactly the auto scaling is going to work for you. Okay. Now you can ask me, sir, how will we know pod CPU is 50%? By using the metric server. Already you know metric server, right? With the help of the metric server, we can easily understand how much of CPU and how much of memory is consuming by the pod. That means in this concept, you are adding the metric server, you are adding the replica set, You are adding the deployment also. Remember, individual pods, you cannot scale them. If you want to scale them, you can scale deployment or either you can scale replica set only. That is what mentioned here. So is it clear for all of you now how the auto scaling is going to be done? Online, can you please confirm is the concept clear for all of you not till now? Can you please confirm me once here? So it was clear. Fine. So Sagar, I just started now only. Like before you message that, that's the place where I started. Okay. Fine. So here we need to use the metric server whose work is to collect the metrics. Metric server is connected to the horizontal pod auto scaling to give the information to the horizontal pod auto scaler. Now HPA will analyze the metric for every 30 seconds and create the new pod if required. I'll explain how it is going to work. See, I'm going to explain the internal of how the metric server is going to work for you. So listen here. I have a pod. What I have? So this pod CPU and memory consumption will be taken care by metric server. Who will take care of it? Metric server. Okay. So now this is both interlinked. So this metric server will collect the metrics of pod for every how many seconds? 15 seconds. Already I said. For every 15 seconds, it is gonna check the how much of CPU and how much of memory is going to be consumed. Okay. So I'll make it with some different color here. Seems fine now. Okay. Now this metric server, again, it is going to interlink with the horizontal pod autoscaler. This metric server will be interlinked with the where? So here I am writing something called as HPA. What I'm going to write as? So now this metric server will tell to the horizontal pod autoscaler HPA. Currently this CPU information is 30%. Again, after 30 seconds, again, metric server will intimate to horizontal pod autoscaler. This CPU consumption is 50%. Again, after every 30 seconds, see, let me write here as 30 seconds. Again, after 30 seconds, again, this metric server will intimate to horizontal pod autoscaling about CPU information. Like this, once the pod consumption is more than 50%, okay, that is going to be taken care by metric server, and metric server will intimate to the horizontal pod auto scaling. Now this HPA will create the new pods automatically. When it create the new pod, when the current value is more than 50%, then only it is going to create the new pod. Otherwise, it is not going to create. Is the concept clear now? Here, what is 15 seconds and what is 30 seconds? You need to understand. 15 seconds is nothing but metric server will take pod CPU and memory consumption for every 15 seconds. But this metric server will intimate the data to HPA for every 30 seconds. Don't confuse here. So is the difference between metric server time and HPA time clear for all of you know? Yep. No, that we put. I put 50, but you can put 60, 70. It's up to your choice. Okay. So now here, guys, I need to select this lot of things here. It's not set up. Wait. Okay. So here we have the setup already. Here you can go something called as cooling period. And one more thing, you need to understand what is cooling period here. See, what is a cooling period means? Currently, you have 3 different pods. How many pods? Pod 1, pod 2, pod 3. Sir, now pod 1, pod 2, pod 3, average value is 20. Basically, I put 50, but now it is 20. That means less than or not, sir? If it is less than 50, we can remove the existing pods or not, sir? But immediately we cannot remove the existing pods. There is something called as cooling period. Which one? That means if your load is more than 50%, immediately you can create the new pods. Let me write down. If your load is 50%, immediately you can create the new pods. But if your load is less than 50%, immediately you cannot remove the pod. Why? Because you need to wait for some time. That some time is what we can call as here cooling period. What do we call as? So cooling period will play very, very crucial role. So let me tell you. Here in the script here, you can see scaling can be done scaling can be done only for scalable objects. What is scalable objects here? Replica set, deployment and replication controller. You don't know what is meaning of RC. I'll tell you what is the meaning of RC now. HPA is implemented as Kubernetes API resource and a controller. Controller periodically adjusts the number of replicas and replica set and deployment depending upon the average. Guys, you know replica set, but you don't know what is the meaning of replication controller. I'm going to teach you what is replication controller now. Okay. So here you can see that this is the deployment actually. For this deployment, I have given the movies image. Okay. So let me go in, let me add this one for you. This is normal file only. But before that, let me check, do I have it or not? 9th means Sunday, right? That's what I'm waiting for actually. India, Pakistan. Last night, have you seen match? Anyone? I missed the live match actually. Shit. And you know what is the major reason for Pakistan loss actually? No, two major reasons. One is due to the keeper, Azam Khan. He's not performing as per the expectation. Previously, we have Sarfaraz Khan, who is very good. He done some good captaincy, some decent batting, and some decent keeping also. After that, we have some other wicket keeper who is also very good. I think it's Rizwan, right? But now, unfortunately, like he got the opportunity, but it's not up to the mark. That is the reason. Huh? I mean, like I just tell like what I have seen, like as per my analysis, that is the thing where they want to improve. And one more thing is gonna be bowling action. Like bowling is not up to the expectation actually. They done ball tampering also, unfortunately. So I'll create some separate folder. Of course, here also I can go vim deployment.yml. Great. So kubectl create -f abc dot deployment.yml. So go and give kubectl get PO. Currently, how many pods are there? This was fine. Okay, sir. Now though you are creating 3 pods, which is very good. Whenever if this 3 pods value is more than 50%, what I want to create the 4th pod. What I want to create? But how will I know this pod CPU is 50%? I need to install here a metric server. So guys, here if you go to my all setups, you can see metric server here. For KOps, it is the second one directly. But for Minikube, use the above link, first of all. And you need to do something called as Minikube add-on. By default, if I run the command kubectl, kubectl, Minikube add-ons. Minikube add-ons. List. I need to write here list. Minikube add-ons list. That means, see, for Minikube, all the operations will not perform by default. There are some things we need to enable. If you go to the metric server here, so metric server by default in Minikube is, that means this functionality will not work by default. We need to enable it. Okay. How to enable means very simple command. Minikube add-ons enable. What I want to enable here? Let me copy. Metric server. Now this is enabled. You can go and check Minikube add-on list. Now currently this is. Now this functionality will work. Otherwise it is not going to work for you. Give the command kubectl top pods. Top PO. Currently metric is not available. Why? Because you need to wait for some time. Already we discussed this one. So by default, whenever if you install metrics API, it will take some buffer time to run. Okay. So wait for some time. Yeah. And today there is a lot of prediction for the rain. From evening from mostly from 5 p.m. to midnight. So anytime rain might happen. Fluctuating means? Uh, 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 uh. Available. Cooling period by default will be 5 minutes. After that, you can remove. Let me go and check kubectl top pod. Is it working now? So currently, like my CPU is only 1% of CPU like consuming, like 1 millicore. How many millicores? Now I want to make it stress. Guys, by default, if you want to add stress, there is a command called stress. See, here I cannot go and give the pods. Why? Because all of you, if you access the pod, there will be only 10% of increase. But I want to increase up to 50 or 100%. So your request will not affect my pod. So that is the reason why I am adding stress manually for my pod. I'm adding some stress for my pod. How to add means, first of all, go here, put some condition. What is the condition I'm putting? Here, this is the command what I need to run now. I'll explain this command. With the help of kubectl, autoscale my deployment. What I'm autoscaling here? What is the name of the deployment here? Movies. I am putting the CPU percentage as 20%. If my CPU percentage is more than 20%, create the new pod. Otherwise, don't create. Like that, minimum I want 1 pods and maximum how many pods I want? That means scaling, minimum scaling can be 1, but maximum can be. And what is the CPU percentage I put here? It's my choice. I can put 50, 60, 70 also. That's up to my choice. Again, with the help of kubectl, I'm auto scaling my deployment called movies, and the CPU percentage I'm putting is 20%. Okay. And minimum I want 1 and maximum I want. But already here I have 3 replicas. That's completely fine. Doesn't worry. Now give the command kubectl get HPA. So if you go for HPA, what is the current CPU percentage of your pod? It is a limit actually, but what is my current percentage? Unknown. Minimum pods how many I want? And maximum? Now what I'm gonna do is, there is a command called kubectl exec. I think you know docker exec command, right? What is docker exec command? To run a command inside the container. Now here I'm running a command inside the pod. Kubectl exec -it. Okay. In this pod, I'm giving --bin/ that means I'm going to the bash shell. Okay, now currently I'm inside the pod. This is the command to go inside the pod and give the command apt update. I think all of you know why to use apt update. Why we use apt update? Before installing any package, we need to update the existing package. Now give the command apt install stress. There is a command called stress. I'm installing this command. Why? Because I want to provide stress manually. Why? Because even though if you access, I'll get only 30 to 40 requests, but I want some hundreds of requests to get the pod crash. Okay. Give the command stress here. And one more thing, all of these commands are already furnished here. Okay. You can go and see these commands are furnished. Okay. Don't worry about this one. Now what I'm going to do is, if I run the command called stress here, you are going to get one example, right? I'm going to write this example, but before writing that example, I'm going to take some second terminal. Why? Because I want to show you the live pod updating. So go to my Minikube server. Take some second terminal. Why? Because already I shown you. Second terminal will show you how the pods are creating continuously. We saw we seen this on the concept of replicas. So give the command sudo -i. Give the command kubectl get po -watch. That means it is gonna show me the live pods. Currently, how many live pods are there? In the multi-execution mode, put side by side. Okay. Now I'm gonna put them like this. Now here, copy the above command and timeout I'm giving 60. What is the timeout I'm giving? Why? Because for the next 60 seconds, I am going to get stress for my pods. Hit enter. So now my pod is having some stress here. Immediately you can see some new pods are creating here. In the left side, you can see some new pods. Wait for it. Where is the new pod, sir? It is in the metro train. It's coming. Wait for some time, okay? Wait, when it will come. What happened here? You have some stress, right? What I'll be doing is currently how many pods you are having? 3. Now what I'll be doing, I'll come to stop here and I'll get the command kubectl get P10. How many pods are still there? Sir, here basically after increasing the stress, we need to get the new pods. But why we are not getting the new pods? Very simple logic. Yes, stress command I have seen. Okay, everything we have done properly. But the reason why it is not coming is, let me tell you. Here I'll be going and I'll be running this stress command one more time. Why? Because see, sometimes what happen, unfortunately pods will not get the stress. Sometimes, okay. Let me go and check. Second time also I'm searching. Just see what is happening here. Second time also I'm giving stress for my pod, but am I getting the new pods here? Why? Because the metro got stopped. Huh? Eh? I'll tell you what is the reason. Just wait for until it is done. Stress command is successfully executed, but we are not getting the output. What is the reason that why we are not getting the output? Kubectl top pod. Is my metric server running here? Running or not? It is running. Kubectl get HPA. Am I getting HPA here? So my metric server is running and even my HPA is also running. But what is the reason that I'm not getting the pods? Can anyone tell me? No, 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 no. It is HPA. HPA means horizontal. New pod need to be created. What is the reason? CPU percentage. Okay, still. You have the deployment, you have the metric server scaling, everything you have. But what is the reason? System CPU is more or less than 20 percentage. Okay, let me do on this thing. Kubectl delete hyphen F. What is our thing? Deployment. I'm deleting the pods here and the kubectl delete HPA. HPA also I'm deleting. Both I have deleted. Now I don't have anything. What I'll do is I'll try to recreate the pods one more time. Kubectl create hyphen F deployment.yml. So I'll go for HPA, but this time I'm gonna put the HPA percentage to 10 percentage. How much? 10 percentage. Okay. So now what I'll be doing? Kubectl get PO. Pods are getting now. Okay. So now give the command kubectl exec hyphen IT. Name of the pod. Take any of the pod. Hyphen bin slash bash. Now apt update. Apt install stress. Is it raining outside? Okay. So give the command stress. Sorry, apt install stress. Now give stress. So here again, I'm running the stress command this time now. But this time timeout. I mean, like same 16 seconds you can run. 60, yes. I'm having the stress now. Similarly, I'll go and give the kubectl get PO now. How many parts are running now? 3. Hyphen watch. Stress is running here for the pod, but still it is not scaling. What is the reason why it is not scaling? Basically, something is not working properly. Why? Because for the previous class, same comments worked properly, but the same methodology I'm following, but it's not working. I'm not sure why. We need to get some new pods, but it is not working. Wait. This is crazy. Reducing the. No, it's not about the time limit. Basically, we need to get the output. Why? Because for every class, I use the same command. Like I'll get the same output, but this time the output is not matching for my expectation. It's not about the time. Still, also, I'm not seeing anything here. Wait. I'm doing that only. Kubectl delete HPA movies and a kubectl delete -f deployment.yml. Let me do one thing. VIM deployment.yml. Basically, here number of replicas I put 3 here. Wait. Let me change the value. Number of replicas I put 1 only now. Kubectl create -f deployment.yml and I'm going for auto scaling now. And now kubectl get PO kubectl exec-it name of the pod which is running. This one is running. I I'm getting for 60 seconds now. Currently, if you go and see kubectl get PO, how many pods you are having? 1 pods. Okay. So lively, I'm showing you the pods. Now hit enter. Let's go and check here. But something is not working properly here. This need to work, but unfortunately it is not getting. I'm not sure why. I'm giving the complete stress for the server here. This stress is almost 100%. But even after receiving the stress, but it's not working here. It is a mistake done here. Like everything seems fine only, but sometimes even the everything we give correctly, it's not up to the mark. Might be Kubernetes is having the birthday at last dinner. I think it's resting now. It is the reason. Like even see everything for every batch I use the same nodes. Everything I'm performing on the same way, but it's not getting the perfect exacted output. Why is the reason? Let me check the logs. Of course, even though if we can't find the output, let's do troubleshooting. I'll show you. Give the command kubectl describe pod and name of the pod. Even though if you don't give name, so okay. You got the pod here. Fine. Give the command kubectl get events. Are you seeing the failed mistake here? Here let me tell you what is the mistake here. You can see message called failed. Okay. First failure message we got, I mean like last failure message we got is from the HPA invalid metrics. 1 out of 1. First error to get CPU utilization missing the CPU request of container 1 of pod. Wait, let me scroll or something. Let me get this metrics to a file and let me read them. Why? Because you need to understand this matrix, okay? So from here, we are going to read this one. Let me remove all of them. It is telling that invalid metrics, 1 out of 1. First error is failure to get CPU resource of metric value, failure to get the CPU utilization, missing CPU request of container 1. Guys, the issue is with the metrics server, not with the HPA. It is telling that clearly see this one. See, just read this line, like no need to read everything here. Invalid metrics 1 out of 1. First error is failure to get the CPU resource metrics value. Failure to get the CPU utilization. Missing the request for CPU in a container. That means issue is from the metric server. Metric server is not working as per the expectation. That is the reason. Let me go and give the kubectl top PO. Are you getting the values here? But these values are not appropriately given to the HPA. That is the reason. Our code is correct and everything is correct, but issue is from the metric server. Let me do one thing. I'll create the KOps cluster and I'll execute the same thing. Let's go and check that. But again, it is very lengthy process, but fine. So guys, KOps we can install on Ubuntu also. Till now, you've seen how to install KOps on Amazon Linux. But here I'm going to show you how to install on Minikube. Sorry, Minikube, not KOps. So like here you can go ahead and see. Let me run this command. Copy them. For Ubuntu also you are having the script as well as for Amazon Linux also you are having the script vm cops.sh. But the only thing is here I'm gonna change the name of the bucket. sh cops.sh. And already we are having the access key and secret key. Let me take them. So access key, give it. Later we need to give the secret access. Later we need to give region US East 1. Output is on table format. Is it working now? That means script you can use on Minikube as well as you can use on Amazon Linux. Okay. But we need to wait for 5 minutes. I think all of you know this one. So wait for 5 minutes. So guys, issue is not from our end. It's from the matrix server. Okay. That's what I'm worrying. Like what happened to this Kubernetes? It's not working for like fine. Huh? Yeah, like every time when we are sitting on this room, we are getting lot of issues. I think somebody has done black magic for this room. I think so. See, whenever I take class on this room, there is some unwanted issues. Jenkins has lot of unwanted issues in the same class. In KOps also from last 2 days, we are getting lot of unwanted issues. Online wait for 5 minutes. So servers are like about to ready. Wait for some time. Okay. So guys, here I'm going to run the command kubectl create -f deployment.yml. You got the deployment created. Kubectl get PO. Oh, kubectl get PO. So now here what exactly I'm going to do is I'm going to run the metric server here. Wait. Metrics. But unfortunately, I have done one other mistake also. Both Minikube and KOps are installed on same server. That is the mistake I have done. Okay. Kubectl. So no, Minikube. Add-ons. Disable. Server. Okay, wait. So I need to get the tops of pods. So I'm getting CPM percentage 10 only here. I'm giving bin bash and I'm giving apt update and apt install stress hyphen y and n stress. If you want to run multiple commands together, you can put end. Okay. So copy this one and try to run. So whereas in the other panel, I'm gonna see kubectl watch pods. Is it working now? Previously the pods are not creating, but if you can go and see if the pods are working or not, sir. Why? Because here I have given the stress. Are you seeing the stress now? How many pods I got here? I got 10 pods. How many pods? These pods got just now created 12 seconds, 40 seconds, 12 seconds ago. The reason why previously we are not able to get the issues means issues with the metric server. Minikube is not handling the metric server properly. But whereas in the KOps, is it handling very good or not, sir? So whenever if you get any kind of issue, we need to check the events. What we need to check? So by checking the events only, I got to know metric server is not working with the Minikube properly. So how I troubleshoot that one? I created the chaos and I shown you the output. Is it clear or not, sir? You can ask him, but sir, in real time, if this kind of solution, like if this got happen, what we gonna do means in real time, if you got the metric server issue, you are going to remove the current version of metric server and you are going to install the new version of metric server. Is it clear for you now? The major thing here into learn now is troubleshooting. If you get a issue, don't leave that one. So it's not working. I'll check it later. It's not like that. Sit on it, fix that issue. Okay. This is what you need to learn as a DevOps engineer. We get lot of issues. If we get issue, we are not going to run. We are going to make it chase. Okay. Definitely we need to find out the solution for the root cause. So now if you can go and see, are you seeing 10 ports or not, sir? See, now the stress got done. I got the complete stress out. But even though if my stress got down, still I'm having 10 ports or not, sir? Why? Because it is a cooling period. Which period? Cooling period. Kubectl describe HPA. Name of the HPA will be movies. If you see now, so it is going to tell this one. Okay, it's going to tell you the complete information. What is going to tell for you? See, so for this current target, out of 10% of pods, okay, only 1% of CPU is consuming out of how many number of maximum replicas you created? 10 replicas. Okay, you can see at what time it got created, and you can see currently you got 10. 2 minutes 12 seconds, you got 10 replicas, but 2 minutes 27 seconds ago, how many replicas you got? But 2 minutes 42 seconds, how many replicas you got? Like that. If you don't want to check like that, use the command kubectl get events. It is going to tell you the same thing. If you go and check, are you seeing the events or not, sir? In the events also, it is completely mentioned at what time, how many replicas got scaled. Now, slowly after 5 minutes or 4 minutes, these pods are going to terminate one by one. That is what we can call as cooling period. What do we call as? So this is the concept of the auto scaling in Kubernetes. Is the concept of auto scaling clear for all of you know? Basically, it need to finish 20 minutes before, but unfortunately, due to that metrics error issue, almost all we lost 30 minutes of time. But okay, don't worry, I'm not gonna start any new concept now. It's enough for today. Why? Because already we have some mess up. If I start a new concept, that's gonna be very mess up for all of you. So it's enough for today. Tomorrow's concept I'll cover on tomorrow's session. Okay, fine. Same way, same way. You need to disable the metrics error on Kubernetes, or you can do kubectl delete -f. See, how to install, like how you install the metrics error means, let me tell you. Give me a second, I'll explain you. Sir, initially for installing the metric server, how you install kubectl? Apply -f. Now, if you don't want the metric server, give the command. Instead of apply, what you gonna put? Kubectl delete. What you gonna do? Let me do this one. And instead of apply, I'm gonna just replace delete. Automatically now it is going to delete. Remove no. Now metric server will not work for you. Hope it is clear. So that's it for today's session. Now, if you are having any queries on today's class, you can ask me now. Online, you can ask me your doubts and queries. Okay, there is a question from Sai Pujta. Okay, so Pujta, you can speak now.
Yeah. Hi, Raham. So my doubt is here.
Yeah.
There is a new pod creation, right? Whenever there is an high CPU usage, but I see all the 10 pods created at a time. So did all the
No, no.
CPU?
Basically, all the 10 ports will not create at same time. It is going to have some time gap, like Pujta.
Oh, I mean that means whatever the stress you have used, it has been applicable for all the pods, and the usage is like more than 10% for all the pods.
Yeah, exactly. See, first pod is having 10% of stress. Now automatically it's gonna create second pod. Now I'm gonna take average of first pod and second pod. If average of first pod and second pod is more than 10, again third pod is gonna create. Now
Means
average
third
of
pod
first pod,
need to
second
create.
pod, third pod.
Okay. Can we see the timings of that pod creation? So like basically really is that why? Because immediately we have shown all the 10 pods
Yeah,
in a
you can see
second,
it. You
right?
can see it. Basically, if you give the command kubectl get events, na, I shown this already. If you can go in the kubectl get events command, you can see it very, very clearly. Let me show you. At this particular time, 6 minutes, sorry, 3 minutes, 18 seconds ago, first pod got created. Again, 3 minutes, 18 seconds ago, second pod got created. You can see the timestamp also.
Okay, can we see the metric stats as well? Like what is the CPU usage
Definitely,
in the
definitely you
live
can see it.
event? Okay.
Basically, it is a manual way pushta. Like we have the dashboard for Kubernetes. In the Kubernetes dashboard, I'm gonna show you
Okay.
automatic for you. Okay.
Okay, okay, sure, sure.
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah.
And there is one more person who raised the hand, but unfortunately, I have down that hand. I'm not sure who's that one. Guys, if you are having any queries, please raise your hands. Okay. Nayan. Okay. So Nayan, I'm giving unmute option for you. You can go ahead, Nayan.
Yeah, hi sir.
Hi,
Sir,
Nayan.
can you give me one real-time example where we use in our projects? Means
Where we use our?
in lifetime real-time example of in projects, like we are doing any projects and where we use this kind of metric servers kind.
Yeah, in the project, I'll discuss with you, Nayan. Don't worry. Okay.
Okay, okay, sure.
Live example is I said you now. So during the like IPL season as well as like during streaming, it is
Mhm.
gonna mostly happen for the streaming. For example, if you see Amazon big billion day sale, suddenly the load is going to be very increased.
Okay,
If
okay.
the load is suddenly going to be increased, then this concept is going to run behind the scenes.
So, sir, this concept is also relatable to like in AWS, there is a load balancer or
Yeah, auto scaling group
services.
and load balancing. Yes,
Correct, correct.
exactly.
So it's
Exactly.
the same one, right? Like it's a
Same,
for
same as it is.
Kubernetes and yeah, okay. Okay, sir, got it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One by one, one by one. Oh, okay. As a team, uh, we need to create load balancer. Basically, I haven't said you what is load balancer. It is the AWS topic. In AWS, I'll tell you manually how to create load balance and how to distribute the traffic. No, multiple team members. Single person cannot able to manage them. There will be bunch of teammates. Okay. And guys, let me tell you a story actually. Listen here carefully. Exactly in the month of last year, October, I think so. October 29th, I started a new batch. I think so. 6 p.m. only. Okay. So there is a girl from Odisha. Okay. Her name is Anupriya actually. She is from non-IT. You know which background? BSc chemistry. Chemistry background, you know. Na? I think it's not chemistry. I think she's from geology. You know geology? Ah, it is completely irrelevant. It's not from BTech. It's not from CSE, EC. It's not from anywhere. Okay. She came here from Odisha to learn this course. After researching about lot of institutes and she found the Naresh is the best one and she joined on this course. The day one when I met her, like after the session, she came to me and she said her story. Sir, as a non-IT student, like how am I going to get a job on it? I said her only one thing. Tell me one thing. First of all, do you believe on yourself? She was in a state of like whether to answer or not. I said, if you believe on yourself, then come to the classes or otherwise not. You don't believe, being from geology background, different background, she doesn't know how to operate computer also properly, but she put lot of efforts from this course. She write all the assignments, she submitted all the projects and she worked after like almost 6 months hardly. After 6 months, today she got the offer letter as a fresher. And you know what's her package? Current package is 4 lakhs, but after 2 months, it's gonna become 6 lakhs. How much? As a fresher being from different background, she got this much of package. You can go and see here. Like eventually I send the postings also for her, like if there is any openings, okay? You can see I said like I got selected on IB's software solution private limited as a DevOps engineer. Like I said that congratulations. So finally you got some done. And I asked her what is the package? What is the package here? 4 LPA. So after that I called her. She said that if her performance was good, within 2 to 3 months only, they said that the package is going to increase for 5 to 6 lakhs. How much? Sir, first of all, she's from non-IT. She doesn't know anything. She cracked the job on DevOps and she's getting some good package. And coming to the content wise, whatever the content that I deliver for their batch, I double for your batch. Almost into 2 times. If she can crack the job, can't you crack the job? That is the thing. Again and again, and I'm telling, for fresher, there is lot of jobs, but there is no skilled fresher. I'm seeing lot of people who has done the cloud and DevOps course, but there is no particular knowledge. There is no proper knowledge. Without having proper knowledge, how will you expect a job? I am very confident about my students. Why? Because whatever the knowledge that I am giving for you, it is worthwhile knowledge. If you put your efforts, getting the job will be easy peasy. Okay. There are a lot of people to demotivate you, but there is only one Raham sir who is going to motivate you. Never feel demotivated. It is the kind of illness. Okay. See, demotivation as well as negativity is a disease, guys, where a lot of people are having these days. If you go to anywhere, instead of supporting, people will demotivate you always. Take example of your relatives. Best example or not, sir? They won't support you. Instead of supporting, they will demotivate you. Like that, okay? So never ever feel like that. Getting the job will be very, very easy. But the only thing you need to have is consistency. What you need to have? If you are consistent from day one, you will get the jobs. Okay, never ever feel demotivated. If you feel demotivated, approach me. Okay, I'll set you in the right path. That's it. And coming to the mock interviews, so tomorrow you will be having mock interviews from 2 p.m. Basically, the major problem to take the mock interviews is we have only one mentor tomorrow. I need to check with her. I'll update on Telegram. I'll speak with her tomorrow and I'll update on Telegram. Like same process tomorrow also. Fine. Yeah, online also we are going to give one Zoom link, Sudarshan. So I think you missed the last week. In last week at the 2 p.m. we given the link for the online student. A lot of people joined also. Might be you might miss there. Don't worry. I'll send you the Zoom link for you. So, still any queries from your end? Questions will be till Docker only. Yeah, till Docker and Kubernetes also. Till now, what we discussed. Till there only. After Kubernetes, can we start giving interviews? No, Sagar. Why? Because you need to learn cloud. I haven't started teaching you cloud. So, I will recommend not to give. You need to start cloud and you start Terraform also. Both will be there. Without Terraform and without cloud, you can't crack the job as a DevOps engineer. When will be the Terraform? After cloud will be complete. So currently we are on Kubernetes. After Kubernetes, I'm going to teach you Argo CD. That Argo CD is done. I'll go to cloud, then final Terraform. Why? Because, see, if I can't teach you the cloud, understanding Terraform will be very difficult for all of you. That is the reason, first of all, I'll go for cloud, then I'll go for Terraform. How many days for cloud? It will take more than 7 to 8 days. Why? Because already EC2 is done, some part of EC2. S3 bucket I shown you just a brief, but remaining topics will take 7 to 8 days mostly. But this will be enough. And I'll tell some other topics also. Why? Because auto scaling is here done. And load balancing also done here. Okay. Sorry. Nexus. So basically we don't teach JFrog. Why? Because Nexus is alternative for JFrog. Already we see Nexus. But if you want to learn JFrog, I'll show you how to set up the JFrog also. Don't worry. Prometheus and Grafana is there now. I'll teach you. And hello Raham sir, due to some personal, okay, fine. Time of project able to catch up. Will this get an instance with this course system? Still after completing of the course also you'll get assistance, Padma. Don't worry about it. See, after the completion of the course, if you want any guidance or like any recommendation, let me know. You can connect me through the LinkedIn or you can connect me through the Telegram also. Okay. Fine. Okay then. So let's meet on tomorrow session with some new topics. So guys, only for tomorrow and today, the class will be done at 7:20. Why? Because I said new demos are going to happen now. But from Monday, we'll be having class till 7:30. Okay. Fine. Okay then. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you.